the machine that was never supposed to be seen for years. Tesla has been obsessed with one idea that most car companies quietly avoid: removing complexity at a scale no one else dares to attempt. While competitors add parts, layers, brackets, and subassemblies, Tesla has been doing the opposite. Fewer parts, fewer steps, fewer humans, less time. And at the center of that obsession is a machine so large, so fast, and so disruptive that even most Tesla employees have never seen it operating in full production mode. Until now. Because buried in factory footage, internal supplier briefings, and offhand comments that were never meant to be connected, a clearer picture has finally begun to emerge. Not of the original Giga Press, but of something far more aggressive. Something internally referred to, not officially, but consistently, as Giga Press 2.0. And if what's been leaked is even mostly accurate, this machine doesn't just change how cars are built. It changes who gets to survive in the automotive industry at all. Why the original Giga Press was only the beginning to understand why Giga Press 2.0 matters. You have to understand how radical the first one already was. Traditional car manufacturing relies on hundreds, sometimes thousands of stamped steel parts welded together into a body structure. Each weld introduces variability. Each joint adds weight. Each step adds time, cost, and the possibility of failure. Tesla asked a heretical question: what if we just didn't do that? Instead of welding together dozens of components, Tesla worked with Italian manufacturer IDRA to create massive high-pressure die-casting machines capable of forming huge sections of a vehicle's S-frame as a single piece. The rear underbody of a car once made from 70 parts became one casting. That alone sent shockwaves through the industry. But insiders say Elon Musk never viewed the original Giga Press as the end goal. To him, it was a prototype, a proof of concept, a stepping stone. Because while competitors were still trying to figure out how Tesla got those machines to work at all, Tesla engineers were already asking a far more dangerous question: how fast can we push this before physics pushes back? The speed problem no one talks about. Here's the dirty secret of manufacturing. Most factories are not limited by intelligence or design, they're limited by cycle time. You can design the best machine in the world, but if it takes too long to reset, cool, inspect, and repeat, you lose everything. The original Giga Press was impressive, but it wasn't perfect. Each casting required precise thermal control, careful alloy flow, significant cooling time, extensive quality checks, fast by automotive standards. Yes, but not fast enough for what Elon Musk wanted next. Because Tesla wasn't just planning to make more cars. They were planning to make an entirely new class of vehicle, designed from day one around casting, automation, and minimal human intervention. And that required something no one else had: a machine capable of casting larger parts, faster, with less post-processing, and near zero defects. That machine is what insiders now refer to as Giga Press 2.0. What makes Giga Press 2.0 different? From the outside, Giga Press 2.0 looks similar to its predecessor: towering frames, hydraulic systems, robotic arms, and molten aluminum flowing like liquid sunlight. But internally, almost everything has changed. First, Tesla quietly developed a new aluminum alloy that behaves very differently under extreme pressure. Unlike traditional casting alloys, this one requires little to no heat treatment, maintains strength without warping, cools more predictably, reduces internal stress fractures that alone shaved precious seconds off every cycle. But the real breakthrough wasn't materials, it was control. AI inside the machine. Giga Press 2.0 is not just a machine, it's a learning system. Every single casting feeds data back into Tesla's internal neural networks: temperature gradients, flow velocity, pressure distribution, microscopic defect patterns. Instead of stopping production to recalibrate, the machine adjusts itself in real time. If a casting cools unevenly, the next cycle compensates. If a microscopic defect begins to trend, the machine modifies injection parameters automatically. If ambient factory conditions change humidity, temperature, vibration, the system adapts instantly. Traditional factories rely on human engineers reacting after the fact. Giga Press 2.0 reacts before problems exist. This is why insiders say its effective yield rate is approaching levels once thought impossible for die casting at this scale. The impossible cycle time. This is where things get controversial. Multiple independent leaks point to a target cycle time that, on paper, shouldn't work. We're talking about casting massive structural components in under 90 seconds, end to end. That includes injection, cooling, ejection, initial inspection. For comparison, many traditional casting operations require several minutes for parts a fraction of this size. Industry veterans initially dismissed the rumors as exaggeration, until they started noticing something strange. Tesla factories weren't expanding floor space as fast as production numbers were rising, which suggests one thing: each machine is doing far more work than anyone expected. Why this terrifies the auto industry legacy: automakers aren't slow because they're incompetent. They're slow because they're trapped. Their factories are built around stamping lines, welding cells, paint shops, complex supply chains. Replacing that infrastructure isn't just expensive, it's existentially dangerous. Giga Press 2.0 doesn't fit into those factories. It replaces them. One machine does the work of dozens of robots, hundreds of workers, entire production departments, and it does it with fewer defects, lower energy use, and dramatically less floor space. This isn't incremental improvement, it's industrial extinction pressure. Why Tesla can do this and others can't? Here's the part most analysts miss. Giga Press 2.0 isn't impressive on its own. It only works because Tesla controls vehicle design, manufacturing software, factory layout, supply chain, AI, infrastructure. Most automakers outsource at least half of that. Tesla doesn't. That vertical integration allows them to design vehicles around the machine.